Brawl Stars is arguably the most popular mobile game in history, made by none other than Supercell. An important detail of the game is its gameplay, and therefore, its game modes. There have been many game modes throughout the history of Brawl Stars, so today we'll see just that. Ever wondered what was the first Brawl Stars game mode ever released? Well, it was Gem Grab. Okay, we're so back in time this wasn't even Brawl Stars yet, but just Project Laser. In this truly ancestral game mode, a bunch of gold, I guess, spawns at the center of the map and you need to collect it to win. Interesting how the gold spawner has a cooldown of 20 seconds, that would have been kinda annoying. Let's move on to a later alpha. Here we can clearly see that the game mode was supposed to be called Coin Rush, and now there was a much shorter cooldown to the gold. Let's move once more. We have now abandoned the old Project Laser concept, and we have moved to a new one, Slugfest. This was the first alpha of the game that actually had testers in it, and here we can see what I think is a prototype of Heist. As you can see there are two teams, but only one safe, O and TNT is visible. We can probably assume that there were two game modes until this point, Coin Rush, which was now renamed to Gem Grab, and Heist. We're now in June of 2017, Brawl Stars is officially released to the public in Canada only for iOS devices though. This may be more familiar with your concept of Brawl Stars, and who knows, maybe you used to play it. Back then there were four main game modes. Smash and Grab, or SNG, which was much similar to the current version. Solo Showdown, Duo didn't exist yet, it was pretty much the same, except for the fact boxes gave elixir. Bounty, which had no blue star and no star limit. Finally Heist, which was completely different, there were two teams and one safe. One is attacking and the other is defending. These modes got recurring fixes and balancing, like elixir giving more health in Showdown, the players starting with 2 stars in Bounty, and also from time to time they made more maps for the game modes. Another change was that Showdown boxes could be destroyed by the poisonous fog, and this was an idea from the community. The next big improvement came in the September 2017 update, with the introduction of Brawl Ball. In those days, the ball didn't consume any hit, so Mortis was literally unbeatable. And there was also a bug where you could jump with El Primo while holding the ball, but it was fixed. Also GG Corral was added. That's it. It's here that we got the first concept of rotation. While slots 1 to 3 were permanent, with maps changing every day, the last slot of the game mode section was now occupied by a random game mode and a random map, usually with a twist like double XP or coins. That's cool. But it's just the beginning. December 2017. This was arguably the biggest beta update. I mean Lex's face says it all. We got a new brawler, new progression system and of course, new game modes. These were the first special events, game modes that were only available in the weekend, 4th slot, and you could play them with tickets. The special events we had then were Monster Hunt, then renamed to Boss Fight. This is what we know today as Big Game. Robo Rumble, this was really broken at first since you could bug the Robo Bandits around the wall, although this was fixed in a later maintenance which made the robots always spawn in the northern side of the map. We now jump towards May 2018, in this update we got 2 new game modes, Duo Showdown, yes, Robo Rumble is older than Duo Showdown, and Heist 2.0 aka the current Heist with 2 teams and 2 safes. It was changed because old Heist never really was balanced. At first, Solo and Duo Showdown were on 2 different slots, but now they're on the same and you can choose which one to play. It's here that many famous maps were first introduced. Cavern Churn, never liked this one, Island Invasion, Echo Chamber and Sneaky Fields, made by none other than Lex. Power Cubes were added in Showdown, replacing Elixir, which still existed until now. The rotation was tweaked, now slot 3 cycled between Brawl Ball, Heist and Bounty, while slot 4 cycled between all game modes, including special events, with some kind of modifier in it. We have the first modifiers. Meteor Shower, thought as a way to stop teaming. Energy Drink, which boosts you for a while. Angry Robo, a giant robot spawns and tries to kill you. And a limited modifier, Life Leech, basically you kept losing health and the only way to get it back was to kill others. There was also healing mushrooms but it came a little later. But then something happened.
Hey guys, my name is Ryan. I'm a community manager for Brawl Stars at Supercell, and today I have some news. Brawl Stars is going global!
Global release for Brawl Stars was officially announced in December of 2018, and with it came new 3D environments, and of course new game modes. Unfortunately, Life Leech was removed. Although something tells me we'll see it again. While the game mode rotation was adjusted a little bit. Boss Fight was added to the game as a special event, therefore the other boss fight was renamed to Big Game to avoid confusion. Fun fact. Originally the game didn't tell you when the boss got mad, because there was no timer yet, but it was added eventually. Huge change in Brawl Ball, since now kicking the ball actually consumed one hit, fixing a historical feature. Siege was added in the February update, and because it was usually very long it gave double trophies. Siege would occupy the 4th slot, while modifiers were moved to the showdown slot and could happen randomly. Training Grounds was added in the April update. It doesn't technically count, but hey, I'll still include it. Also in April came Minecart Madness. Tell me how many times you've died from the cart. Siege was later rebalanced so it lasts the same duration as other game modes. September 2019 update, we got Sandy, new skins, oh and also the most infamous Brawl Stars game modes, Takedown and Lone Star. They were considered solo special events, the only one since the others are all team. Arena and Foley was added, which broke the rotation for a while. Brawloween came next, and with it Mortis Mortuary and Graveyard Shift, aka what used to be Life Leech but in 2019. Power Play was introduced around the same time. It was basically Brawl Stars' first ranked mode, where you'd receive points based on victories. Was it ever memorable? Let's forget the Halloween season and meet the Christmas season. Brand new game mode called Present Plunder. It was so damn funny even if it lasted for such a short time. The first ever championship challenge happened, and eventually the first Brawl Stars World Championship. Unfortunately, I should say fortunately, Takedown and Lone Star were removed in the January 2020 update because people hated it, but -2 old game modes equals +1 new game mode. Welcome Hot Zone. You had to stay in a zone for 3 seconds to get 1 point, and ultimately get more points than the enemies before time runs out. This was the original concept for Hot Zone. At first it was a temporary game mode. Tickets were removed, and so you weren't required to use them to play special events anymore. In turn quests to complete them were added. Of all, Robo Rumble was completely changed. Before, there was no intended end, besides 13 minutes and 14 seconds, and it was just, survive as long as you can. However, it was changed to now be 2 minutes long, with the difficulty rising every time. Hot Zone was brought back and it was reworked to look more similar to now. It was then featured in the permanent rotation of the game. What's next? Super City Rampage. This was my favorite special event even though it's been basically forgotten. It was a cool idea. Showdown was removed from Power Play, and Auto Goal was disabled in Brawl Ball. Graveyard Shift temporarily returned because it was Spooky Month again, while developers started testing on Map Maker, a new way to make and submit community maps. Therefore a new slot in the event section was added, Candidates of the Day, and Winner of the Day. Just like last time, Present Plunder came back temporarily for the Brawladays. This was during the Edgar Apocalypse. We've headed right into 2021. The first main change was the ability to get trophies from Winner of the Day. It stopped existing. 2021 also marks the end of Power Play, replaced by Power League. The new ranked mode where the more you win, the higher rank you get and the better rewards you get. Knockout was the next big hit, 3v3 where if you die you don't respawn. But back then there was no fog and in case of a draw the team that dealt more damage won. It too was originally temporary. 2 new modifiers were added, fast super and fast brawlers, while a ton of new temporary game modes were added. Trophy thieves, aka present plunder under a new style. Volley brawl and basket brawl. Hold the trophy. Knockout later returned permanently, now the fog was added to force the game to an end. Did you know Siege was originally in Power League? Well, they got rid of it. A new game mode was added, really an extension of an existing game mode. It's of course Showdown Plus, where you'd get one trophy for every takedown but lose one if you were defeated. This mode was made to stop, once again, the threat of teaming. And eventually they tried doubling the rewards, so you could get up to 28 trophies. Did it work? No. For Brawloween we didn't get Graveyard Shift, but we got something else, Peekaboo. It's a brand new modifier where brawlers turn invisible every now and then. Supercell soon realized, they want Club Wars. So let's give them Club League. Hold on, so thrice a week your club would compete against other clubs, you had tickets you could use to play matches and get trophies and points you could use in the club shop to buy things, including the new gear stuff. There were also golden tickets and standard and competitive matches. Power League format was added to friendly matches. Just to bring it up, a user found in the game files a folder for a game mode called Protect the King, which was never added. It works just like Bug Game but with 2 bosses. It's unplayable unless you mod the game. Duels has arrived. This is the greatest game mode ever, no doubt. I mean, it's literally the only 1v1 with no annoying strategy. Just play and win. People found a massive bug which permitted them to gain trophies while playing with bots. This completely ruined the leaderboards. And we finished 2021 like this. Golden tickets were removed. Nothing personal. In Power League, they brought back the concept of epic win, winning 2-0 would give out more ELO, and vice versa. Once again we were given lots of new game modes. Wipeout, same as now. Payload, probably the most forgotten mode ever. Siege was pulled from rotation, but it was still in friendly battles. Super City Rampage was deleted. Sometime later we also got Bot Drop, even more forgettable than Payload, and a maps overhaul. New Brawl Ball maps have a bumper tile, which bounces the ball when receiving it, example, high score. They spent the next updates reworking Club League and Power League, and they found a lot of weird things in Power League. For April Fools we were given a totally normal challenge, with new crazy modifiers and at the end a special one which never came back, Burning Ball. June 2022, we got Mystery Game Mode, where a random game mode with random modifier was chosen, and Hunters, basically Lone Star but better. We also got 8-Bit's Last Stand. They kept tweaking Power League to make it better, and also completely removed Siege despite the fact this was the Robot Factory update. They added practice matches alongside training grounds, although I personally don't remember last time someone played it, and they permitted duplicate brawlers in friendly matches. The first idea of player reporting in Power League came into fruition, although it was still bare bones. It's time for Mandy's Candy. RIP boxes, new Star Road, gear rework, and duels returns. Another mode to come back was Present Plunder, now known as Snowtail Thieves. They worked hard on the map rotation, increasing the maps from 7 to 8, while keeping the 5 most voted maps. Indestructible Walls made an epic comeback. A new slot was added, community events. Every update Supercell would do a poll to see what community event should come back. The first community events elected were Duels and Basket Brawl. At the next community events election, Volley Brawl won 60%, Duels won 18%, while Hunters and Basket Brawl lost. New modifier in Showdown, Top Dog, passive health is disabled and the only thing that heals you is Hot Dogs. Bounty was finally reworked after centuries. The stars limit, 20, was added along with the blue star which had been in game already for a while. Bling replaced star points, and so the same happened in Power League. Wipeout and Payload returned, as well as an old foe. Takedown. Yup, the election winners this time were Takedown and Wipeout, which was in turn in competition against Bounty because people were saying they were too similar. Payload returned with some adjustments and the first Hypercharge Unleashed event happened. Wipeout won the election with Siege after we thought the mode was dead. Remember Club League? It was abolished and replaced by something funnier, the Mega Pig. Basically, the more victories the better prizes for club members. Tickets came back once again. Mega Pig matches had new modifiers. Super Bushy, where bushes keep growing in the map. Instant Overtime, where the entire map is destroyed. Unlimited Power, brawlers dying give out power cubes. Siege was pulled once again and it was the last time we ever saw it. Present Plunder returned for Brawladays, yes, now known as Pumpkin Plunders. Later on, 2 new modifiers were put in Mega Pig, Ice Age and Toxic Arena, with new maps included. 5v5s are here. Currently for Brawl Ball, Gem Grab and Wipeout. Hunters was elected back in, although it would be replaced by Basket Brawl. And here we are to the current update, we have Trophy Escape, which is, let's say, bizarre. Power League was killed and replaced by Ranked. To be fairly honest, we won't miss it since Ranked is much better, well, it does have its downsides. In Ranked you can only play brawlers at level 9, and can get new Ranked star drops. Ranked also has modifiers. Quickfire, Big Friend, Time Detonation and Barbed Ammo and Sick Beats, as of the making the last 2 haven't arrived. Also they tried bringing back Hypercharge Unleashed but it bugged miserably and was pulled. That was it. Hope to have included everything there was to say.